get to a WKYT safety alert now. Within just the past 24 hours, several motorcycle crashes have happened in Lexington, leaving one rider seriously injured and another dead.
In Lexington alone, emergency crews responded to two separate crashes, one yesterday on Georgetown Road and another this morning on Winchester Road. We told you just a few minutes ago we have just learned that Jeremy Bales died after this morning's crash. WKYT's Carly Hogston shows us how these crashes are continuing to happen back to back, and safety experts say many of them come down to something that is preventable.
As temperatures rise and more riders return to the roads, experts are reminding drivers to stay aware of motorcycles, which can be harder to see but share the same space on the roadway.
All of these crashes are preventable, but it takes both drivers as well as motorcyclists to reduce that crash level, get that down to zero.
In just the past 24 hours, Lexington Fire and police responded to two separate motorcycle crashes. Wednesday afternoon, a motorcycle and an SUV collided at Georgetown Road and Glenarvan Avenue, sending one person to the hospital with life-threatening injuries. Then earlier this morning, a van and a motorcycle collided at Winchester Road. The motorcyclist was transported to the hospital, where he later died. AAA's Lori Weaver Hawkins says these crashes become more common in the spring season.
Drivers, they need to not be distracted, not speeding, and be aware that motorcycles are not as easy to see.
She warns riders to watch out for road hazards like potholes, which are especially dangerous this time of year after a long winter. And when it comes to gear, AAA says don't wait for the law to tell you what to wear.
I recommend that all motorcyclists and their passengers wear protective gear, including a helmet.
Experts say with hundreds of crashes already reported this year in Kentucky and many linked to simple mistakes, it's easy to prevent. Remember to slow down, stay alert, and share the road. In Lexington, Carly Hogston, WKYT.
And AAA is reminding drivers that if you're planning to get on a motorcycle for the first time this season, a preparation course is always recommended. You can visit our website, WKYT.com, and find out how to register for classes with the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet.